Dear students, this is second part of nutrition in animals. Welcome, my dear students. Again, we are going to start second part of the chapter nutrition in animals. So, my dear students, in previous lecture we have learned about alimentary canal and its main parts, okay, in which first we have learned about buccal cavity, in which our teeth, our tongue and salivary glands we have completed. Now after buccal cavity, because this is buccal cavity, okay, in buccal cavity we learn about teeth, tongue and salivary glands. Okay, teeth helps us for chewing the food and tongue helps us to adjust the food in the mouth and also speak. Okay, now salivary glands help to mix amylase or saliva in the food so it can swallow easily. Okay, so this is human body. Here after buccal cavity, chewed food, when our teeth chewed the food in small pieces, so this food is going down. Okay, so the chewed food is, after chewing, it will goes to food pipe means it's esophagus. Okay, so here there is one is from the nose and one is from the mouth. So from the mouth the tube is called pharynx. Okay, from the mouth the tube in which the pipe in which food is coming toward the stomach, this is pharynx, and this food pipe from here to here, from initial to final position, this is food pipe in which our food, chewed food is coming toward the stomach. But this is not a hollow pipe that we just put anything and it just drop down, because our body is complex. Okay, so this food is moving with contracting and relaxing of the muscles. Okay, this food is moving down with contracting and relaxing of the, contracting means when muscles contract here, when food is here the muscles contract, when food is here, when muscle contract down the food, so it will force down. Now here when it, the food particle or food is coming down, the muscle get relaxed. Okay, in this way, by contracting and relaxing through the food pipe, food goes to the stomach. This is stomach. Okay, so in this food pipe there is no any digestion of food. Digestion of food first take place in buccal cavity, after that in stomach. Okay, so this process of moving food downward by contracting and relaxing of the muscles, the pushing down of the food by the walls of the food pipe in a wave like manner is called peristalsis. Peristalsis is a process by which the wall of the food pipe move down the food by contracting and relaxing, or we can say wave like. Wave like means in this way, means here, means this is a food pipe, we can make it, if this is a food pipe, this is a normal food pipe, but here relax, contract, relax, contract, relax, contract, so food can be moved downward by this process. The process is called as peristalsis. What we call peristalsis. So this is second main organ of alimentary canal, or we can say digestive system, which is pharynx and esophagus, which is food pipe. Okay, by which food can be moved down to the stomach, so it can be digest easily. Okay, note it down. After food pipe, food gets moved, goes to stomach. Okay, stomach is the widest part of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means our digestive system, full from buccal cavity to anus. In a human body, if this is a human body, okay, so the widest part is here, it is stomach. Okay, whatever we are eating, everything goes to stomach with the help of food pipe. Okay, so our stomach is a thick walls organ. Okay, it's a thick wall, means here is a thick wall, so it can contract and relax food to make paste. Okay, so in this thick wall of the stomach there is gastric glands inside this inner lining of the stomach. Inner lining means inside the stomach. Inner lining is this. If this is a stomach, so this is thick walls organ, so there is gastric gland in the inner lining of the stomach. Okay, and this gastric gland produces gastric or digestive juices. In stomach, gastric gland secretes gastric or digestive juice. Okay, it contains three substances. Gastric juice in this inner lining of the stomach secretes by gastric gland. It have three substances. One is hydrochloric acid, another is mucus, and third one is pepsin. Okay, so at the starting point we have seen about that in a buccal cavity, first carbohydrate is digested by saliva in salivary glands. Now in stomach, these three main substance from gastric gland, these gastric gland are situated in inner lining of the stomach. It secretes three substances: hydrochloric acid, mucus, and pepsin. This is hydrochloric acid, mucus, and pepsin in stomach, because our food, after coming from the food pipe, if food is here, okay, food is here, so hydrochloric acid, mucus, and pepsin is secreted here in the stomach. So hydrochloric acid will kill the bacteria come with food. Okay, if we are eating food, so there may be so many types of bacteria and microorganisms. So this hydrochloric acid helps to kill bacteria and provide acidic medium in the stomach. Okay, so hydrochloric acid kill bacteria and provide acidic medium. Hydrochloric acid is a strong acid, but in our stomach there is solution of that hydrochloric acid. It will kill the bacteria, but it cannot harm our stomach because of mucus. Okay, because mucus is also secreted by gastric gland and it protects the inner lining of the stomach from acidic medium. Okay, because hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. Okay, but mucus protect the inner lining of the stomach from acid. Okay, now third one is pepsin. Pepsin digest protein. Okay, in acidic medium pepsin digest proteins and protein will be converted into a soluble form which is called peptones. Okay, means pepsin, which is secreted by gastric gland, digest protein and protein get converted into peptones, which is in soluble form and it can be absorbed by our body. So in this way, this is whole function of stomach. And our stomach, first digestion start from our buccal cavity. Okay, in which we can digest our carbohydrate. Here main protein is digested and some another. So mucus protect the inner lining from acid and enzymes, because there are some enzymes and acid and pepsin are secreted. So main acidic medium is here. Food can be digested, but our stomach, our thick walls of the stomach or inside inner lining of the stomach cannot be harmed, because mucus will help it. Okay, and protein is converted into peptones, so it can be easily digested or easily absorbed by our body. Now after stomach, means this is food pipe, we have learned about it. This is food pipe. So food is, after coming from food pipe, stomach gets digested, stomach digested protein, and after this digested food is called chyme. This digested food is called chyme. Chyme goes to, in here it is small intestine, which is small intestine. So fourth number we will learn about small intestine, because after stomach food goes to small intestine. It is the widest part of the digestive system, means alimentary canal, and small intestine is the longest part of digestive system, because it is 7.5 meter long. 7.5 meter long means it is more than 20 feet. Okay, more than 20 feet. So in small intestine, when food goes to stomach to small intestine, here is a liver and pancreas is here. So both liver plus pancreas both have a common duct, which is called common bile duct. So liver and pancreas secretes digestive juices which are in common bile duct, so it will be secreted in small intestine for digestion of food. For the digestion of food, liver and pancreas, these are glands. Liver is the biggest gland in our body. So in small intestine, when food goes from the stomach, liver and pancreas both have common bile duct. They can secrete digestive juice, and also small intestine secrete digestive juice, which is called intestinal juice. Okay, so this bile juice, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice, it will digest the remaining part of the food. Okay, so the process of digestion complete in the small intestine. SI means I have written SI here, so you must consider small intestine. So pancreatic juice, bile juice and intestinal juice will complete the whole digestion. So the digestion last, the process of digestion complete in the small intestine. Okay, in mouth we digest carbohydrate, in stomach we digest protein, and here fats and all the things, remaining things have digested here. Okay, note it down. Now in small intestine, we know liver, pancreas and intestine, small intestine. So liver secretes, the liver is the largest reddish brown gland. Okay, liver is the largest reddish brown gland in our human body, and it is at the right side of the abdomen. Okay, it secretes bile juice. Liver secretes bile juice, and bile juice is stored in a sac like structure which is called gallbladder. Okay, liver secretes bile juice and it store in a sac like structure which is called gallbladder, and this bile juice helps in digestion of fats. Okay, digestion of fats is only depend on liver, or we can say bile juice. Okay, so this bile juice is stored in a gallbladder. If someone asks us that where is bile juice stored, so bile juice is stored in gallbladder. But if someone asks us from where bile juice secrete or secreted, so only liver, this gland secrete bile juice. Okay, so bile juice help in digestion of fats. So we have just discussed small intestine have these main three secretion for complete digestion. First is a bile juice from liver, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. So we must know about it. Liver is the largest gland and it is reddish brown color. Okay, so it secretes bile juice and bile juice helping in digestion of fat. Now if we will talk about pancreas, it is cream colored gland. It is smaller than liver and it is left side in the abdominal part and it is downward from the stomach, just down near the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice, we just discussed, and this pancreatic juice help in digestion of carbohydrate and protein. This pancreatic juice helps in digestion of carbohydrate and protein. Okay, now the third one, so this is pancreas. Third is intestinal juices. Intestinal juices means in the lower part of small intestine, when food is digested here, partially digested food is in lower part of the intestine having some secretion of intestinal juices. So this juices secreted in lower part of the intestine and partially digested food completely digest in this portion. Okay, because remaining things are digested by this intestinal juice. So when digestion start from the mouth, it will complete in this portion, means in small intestine. Okay, so this is main part of the digestion and we must know about these things, because when we are eating food, any type of food, this food contain carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamin and minerals. So these are in complex form. So how this carbohydrate, protein and fats are in complex form, so how our body can absorb it? So from the process of digestion, we can break it down in simple or soluble substances that our body can absorb it. Okay, so here look carefully. Carbohydrate after digestion break down in the glucose, so our body can direct absorb glucose and will uses it. Now fat after breakdown, it will convert it into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, protein after conversion or after digestion, it will be breakdown into amino acids. So this glucose, fatty acids, glycerol, amino acids, these are the substances which are very useful for our human body or our body for so many type of tasks or for our body. Now if we talk about vitamin and mineral, these are already in simple form and it can be directly absorbed by our cells, so there is no need to digest vitamins and minerals. So you know, in medical store there is directly you can take vitamins and minerals ready made. We can take syrup also or tablet also. So by taking it, our body can directly take vitamin and mineral. But this carbohydrate, fat and protein, these have important role in our body, and in this way digestion completes in the small intestine. Okay, now how small intestine, how digestion takes place in the small intestine, we will see in next video. Okay, and you must read your book, go through your books line by line, so you can get all things easily, and you must prepare your notes. Okay, bye.